Get that lesson in. Hey, Cisco, man. Cisco been going crazy. Cisco has been going wow. Let me know if y'all can hear me, man. Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm kind of going live all over the place. So TikTok, I got y'all in the back. And I'm also recording this because I'm gonna put it on YouTube. All right, for sure. Appreciate you, Fat Real. All right, so Cisco, I've been playing on Cisco pretty much all day. And when I say I ain't looked at nothing else, I ain't looked at nothing else at all. I've been looking at Cisco, and I want to say I didn't went crazy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins and 3 losses. Only 3 losses, because one of the losses, it's a loss. It would count as 4, but I only traded with $5. I did some accidental shit. I don't know what I did, y'all. Y'all know how that go. Sometimes shit just happen. That's why you gotta always protect yourself. Things will happen. So you gotta be ready. You gotta be prepared. But I was able to win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in a row. That was massive. Now, that is what I'm looking for. When I'm playing around with these markets, that's the main thing I'm looking for. I'm fishing all throughout the week just to get that win streak. Because the day before, I want to say, what was that? Sunday? Yeah, Sunday, I was going back and forth. I think I might have went like 6 and 5 or 6 and 6. But I was going back and forth all throughout the day. You got to expect going back and forth most of the time. Most of the time, you got to expect going back and forth. So if that's what's going to happen most of the time, you got to take advantage of when you get that win streak. As soon as that win streak hit, boom. Now you want to, take things slow. Now, granted, I've been doing maybe a couple of trades every hour or every other hour and a half. I've been busy doing other things, but I'm also checking the markets. When you active, check the markets all the time. Now, I caught a groove on Cisco all throughout the day. I kind of was watching it all yesterday and all today. Yesterday I was watching other things, but something just made me stumble upon Cisco and stay on Cisco. Now, when I stayed on Cisco because I won three trades in a row. So that made me stay on Cisco, and I said I ain't gonna worry about nothing else. Plus, I caught a rhythm. Most of my trades was caught off reversals, right? Out of all of these wins, I might have caught about 3 of them. Yeah, I want to have caught about 3 of them with the actual trend that I was looking for during that current time. But Cisco did me real good. Once again, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades I won in a row. And all for today, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 and 3. 10 and 3. If you include the extra $5 I lost, then you could say 10 and 4. But in a nutshell, with all $60, I'm 10-3. So now look, you notice Cisco ain't did nothing. This is why I tell you that there is money. There's always money, right? With during consolidation, but it's been consolidating by the hour over and over and over again for the past few days. I want to say maybe 4-5 days almost. So I've been catching coin. I've been utilizing my institutional levels, right? I've been utilizing my institutional levels. And as long as I've been utilizing my institutional levels, I've been able to catch some real good spots. But out of 10-4 trades, that was all throughout the day. You don't want to play around too much, especially when you're trying to work your way up. You know what I'm saying? When you're trying to work your way up, you know you're gonna play things slightly differently. You're gonna be ready. You're gonna be prepared. You're gonna stay focused, right? So let's get in and see if we could see if there's something happening. Now I'm gonna try to explain to you what I kind of was going off of. The main thing I was going off of when catching these reversals is that after watching it for so long and by being able to the market conditions stay similar to that movement every few hours or whatever, I'm noticing that there's momentum kicking right away and then it loses volatility right after that. I'm going to say that again. I'm noticing that I get a strong doji. It'll be trending in one direction, whether it's trending up or whether it's trending down. It's so many different areas I done went in, but I'm gonna just use one for an example. So take a look here. Notice how a nice strong doji hit right here, right? And then momentum kicks in right afterwards and it go all the way up here. And then the volatility just get loose. Sometimes it start going the other way. But this is what I've noticed most of the time. After the markets has been trending strong, because I want you to focus on the trend. Focus on the trend. The market goes bearish all the way down. Every time it has a nice trend, even an ugly trend, because that trend doesn't look all that good. But that thing went right the other way. And as soon as it went the other way, I got a nice strong flat bottom. That meant the momentum kicked in right away. Within the first minute and a half, not no 2 minutes. That just wasn't happening on most of the reverses. So after I noticed that pattern, and just think about how I knew and understood the pattern. I understood the pattern just based off watching the market over and over and over again. So now that I'm watching it over and over and over again, I can look for that same move. Now it's not going to just keep happening. But what I'm saying is I noticed a pattern for the long term. Just because you don't notice something right then and there doesn't mean that that's how it always gonna work. Like you just gonna see something right away or notice a pattern right away, and if there is no pattern right away, I can't find one. You'll be able to find one. You just got to be able to lock in. You'll be able to find one. You just keep looking at it until you start to lock in and start to see so many different things from all over the place. So whole time this Cisco, and notice, now I'm finna put a rectangle over this. Y'all seen me do this a lot earlier in the year. because this is pretty much the art of being able to watch the market for a long period of time and be able to find patterns. So I'm just gonna keep looking for this until it don't work no more. But what I really want you to hone in on is that what I really want you to focus on is that you're gonna space everything out. It's gonna be long term, quick moves, but you continuously watching the markets. I'm telling you, I don't be capping when I say I may watch the market for about 10 minutes out of this hour. Next hour I might only watch 5 minutes. The hour after that I might look at it the whole hour. Then I may look at it for 20 minutes the next hour. Then I may not look at it the next hour. Like you just gotta keep getting in where you fit in at. You just got to know where you fit in at, but lock in. Always have one where you locked in at. Now, if you got a lot more time on your hands, and you want to catch moves right then and there, then look at other pairs, but make sure it's one that you're going to always be looking on. It's a great strategy to utilize while navigating the markets long term. But I want you to focus on how, even during this distribution phase, right? You have a nice long distribution phase. And this is looking at it on the hourly. So it has not been no trend to come down here. It hasn't been no trend to go all the way up there. That just haven't happened. It haven't came down here, haven't went up there. So only thing that we will be able to catch is what has been happening already within this consolidation zone so far. Of course, we got to wait for it to break out. And that could take some time before that actually happens, before it just starts breaking out here and breaking out there. Right? But for the most part, just understand how there wasn't no clear trend. The only clear, one of the clearest trends I done seen on a 1 minute was this one that just happened. One of the ones that I just won. 1644. That was like a few minutes ago. Right? And you're not always going to have beautiful days like this where you go 10-3. But when you do, right, take it easy. You want to keep that same streak going. So that's what you're fishing for. Remember, I say trading is almost like fishing. Because you want to wait for the markets to come to you. So as long as you're waiting for a win streak, you'll get it. How will you get that win streak? By following the 2 laws rule continuously over and over and over again. Because what it'll do is it'll put you in a situation, the 2 laws rule, it'll put you in a situation where you would just be able to flow. And you'll be able to find that win streak. But at least you'll be able to avoid the bad markets. And that's one of the main goals. Mark out highs and lows and play the channel on the 2 minute. Oh, that must be your strategy, how you like to do it. So now that we're on the 1 minute time frame, I can make some adjustments because these don't even stand out. You have a lot of swing highs, a lot of swing lows. But this has been the best trend as of yet. But remember, the 1 minute can always turn into a bunch of noise. So you got to be careful while playing around with that. That's why we looking long term. 10-minute time frame. Bingo bango. So I'm looking forward to trends some more. And you got to think this blue zone is something beautiful because we still may be able to find some trends within this consolidation zone that's on the hourly time frame. So we know that consolidations can last a long time. So my gut feeling is that this consolidation is gonna last. It's gonna last. So if it's gonna last, I'll be able to catch my opportunities by going into smaller time frames. So as it goes into smaller time frames, you'll be able to see trends like this. But remember that first candlestick been popping off. That first candlestick be popping off. That first flat top, boom. Then it'll come back. That's why somebody was asking me, is it good to mix things up? Yeah, it's good to mix things up, but you want to know what's even better than just mixing things up? Just being a lot more patient and waiting on your move to start showing you what it needs to show you. Because anytime something happens in the market, that same rhythm will probably continue. That same pattern will probably continue. Right? So we have even a smaller consolidation here, but you want to be careful with these. You also could even put a flag right there, but you can kind of spot that out. You don't want to put too much crap on your screen. I already hate when having a bunch of highs and lows. That's why having the fractals is just as better, because you could kind of line it up based off the arrow and what you see in the arrow. Appreciate y'all for double tapping the screen and supporting. Regina, I see you. Appreciate you. Appreciate all my everybody who hitting that like button. All my members in the union. So maybe I'll change this a different color. But yeah, you don't want to have too much going on to your zone. Next time, if I wind up going in for another bearish, like I would have needed to see a nice quick reverse here, but you can see price has lost all volatility right here. But my next best entry will probably be 76.778 right here. 76.778. Hopefully y'all can see that on TikTok. I actually could bring that back down because we just had a recent high. Just had a recent high. Right here. Just had a recent high here. We got an even higher one here. So we'll need to see a lot of momentum filling in this gap here. But more importantly, if you see some strong momentum candlesticks from 76.778 right between 76.805, then I think it may be a go. But then we got to look out for the 200 EMA. We can see that the 200 EMA is clearly, we creeping up on that. The 200 EMA, that's going to keep price staying at the bottom. So it looks like a lot of BS, but like I say, you want to give yourself. You don't have to put so much time and energy into it like how you think you got to do. You just have to know your strategies and wait for the markets to be on their best behavior as far as market conditions, right? You want to know how the market is behaving. Once you understand how the market is behaving, then you can move accordingly. You can make that decision, but don't just force trades just because you are here and you have money on your account. You got to know how to let that roll right off your shoulders. The fact that you even have money there, you need to be able to roll it off your shoulders. If you take two or three losses in a row, you got to be able to take that to the chin. And then come back later, revisit. You don't have to force. You don't have to try to get your money back. You don't have to try to overdo it. Right? So yeah, it has lost all validity in both directions. So even looking at it on the hourly, it looks mighty, mighty fishy. But it could be forming a flag. So pay close attention if on the hourly price starts to get closer and closer to that 50 EMA. And if it gets to that 50 EMA on the hourly time frame, if it gets to the 50 EMA, when price gets to the hourly time frame, be looking for a strong bullish trend. That's if price get to the 50 EMA on the hourly time frame. So yeah, keep an eye on that one. All right, so I'll try to post this video. Like I say, I'm shooting on YouTube too as well. I wanted to go live, but I didn't have enough time. I won that trade. I'm like, let me get on here. Let me get the preaching about what I saw, what I seen. But I can't stop on Cisco now. I gotta keep Cisco in the back burner. I gotta keep looking at Cisco now. Just because of the win streak I had and what I'm so familiar with, just based off what I've seen in the past 2 days, right? Yesterday I wasn't looking for it to take the hot spot, but some things grabbed my attention. I knew about that consolidation on the hourly time frame, that distribution phase. So remember, that's what I need to see. And I see that distribution phase. Just imagine throughout the whole process of looking at price in one day, just imagine how much information it gives me across the 10-minute time frame, the 1-minute time frame. It's just giving me so much information because I'm downloading this one move, and every time I look up, markets look totally different. But I kind of got a sense of direction. I kind of understand, okay, markets might be going in this direction because on this time frame I saw it like this. And boom, now I saw it on that time frame, I see it like that. And I'm just looking for the right opportunity at the right time. All right, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. Remember what I said, look for price to reverse on the hourly and get near that 50 EMA with nice strong green candlesticks. So if we get near that 50 EMA, we're going to be looking for a nice strong bullish trend because that's where I'm banking things at. But that'll be some time for that come. So I guess we'll be able to see what's popping. Make sure y'all follow me. Look like we got mostly members here. But make sure you follow me. Join the link in the bio. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm out.